hopefully I had some concise thoughts in this video. I kind of just rambled. Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kylie, I read a lot, and today I want to talk about not only my thoughts on rating systems, other people's thoughts, and most importantly, authors' thoughts on 5-star rating systems. Before we get into today's video, I would like to say thank you so much for the love on my last video. I was not expecting it to reach over 1,000 views, and to me, that's huge, especially coming from somebody that is used to about 20 views for a video, so that was really cool, and thank you so much for the love on that one, and if you haven't seen it, then go check it out after this video. All right, let's hop in. If you see the camera shaking at all, I apologize because this is Toby. He has a lot to say all the time, and he probably will say how he feels. So it has been very popular on TikTok recently for people to share their opinions and take their opinions as hard facts when an opinion is opinion. So I think for the purpose of this video, we need to first talk about the definition between fact and opinion. So a fact is a statement that can be verified. It can be proven to be true, or it can be proven to be false through objective evidence. Okay? Opinion is a statement that expresses feeling. So if you say, I feel that this book is a bad book, then guess what? That is an opinion. Now, unfortunately, I feel like people on the great app that is TikTok, they mix up the difference between fact and opinion. And if you don't like a book, that is completely and 100% okay. If you see a video of a creator talking about a book and they say that they think the book is bad, that is not a fact that that book is bad. That is their opinion. And unfortunately, TikTok does not know the difference. And because of that, we get a lot of controversy, and it's really insane to me. Some of the videos that I see pop up, I see people block other creators because they like a book or they don't like a book, which again, that is completely okay. That is their opinion. They are allowed to not like a book, and they are allowed to block another creator for it. But people are getting so upset at each other, and it's kind of funny because at the end of the day, we are all on a floating rock, and those are words on a page. Because of Goodreads and the 5-star rating system, I've seen a lot of videos recently where creators are completely omitting rating books.
Star ratings. What are we doing? Why are we using them?
Which is insane. A lot of creators that also don't like a 5-star system, they think it should be more, they think it should be less, to completely omit a 5-star rating system. And I do not believe that would be good in any sense, because saying just yes or no would never give a true, concise understanding of if I'm gonna like the book or not. A 3 to me is like, hey, I might recommend this. Been a lot of TikToks where people think there should be a different rating system, and they think that because the 5-star system is so full of opinion that it doesn't truly reflect if a book is good or not. Now,
ratings are based off of how much I enjoyed the book, not how much I'd recommend it.
Now, I understand that sentiment. Hey, so my audio glitched there and like the video clip glitched, so I go into a different topic at this point, and I'm just letting you know right here because it would have been weird and it would have not been a concise thought if I just went from one thought to another thought. You would have thought they were the same thing. They aren't. So yeah, here's a really long explanation of here's a new thought. Or obviously the last book in a series might have higher star ratings than the first book because you're getting people who love the series to read the last book. If someone didn't like the first book of the series, the chances of them reading all of the books and finishing the series are probably pretty slim. So yeah, the end book is probably gonna have better ratings because you're getting people who actually truly loved the series to finish the series. I feel like that's common sense, but I want to get into authors and their viewpoints on the 5-star rating system. And I'm not going to go into much of it, but obviously a couple years ago, there was an author who was coming out with her debut fantasy novel. And what does she do? She makes a whole bunch of Goodreads accounts to rate her competitors' books 1 stars to tank their ratings before their book even comes out, right? And it was a lot of BIPOC creators. It was really insane. I recommend you check out this creator's video on it because they go really in depth over the situation, and I don't really care to go in depth because it's been said over and over and over, and I don't think there needs to be another video on that situation, but oh my goodness, is it insane. So that author ended up losing a movie deal, a deal with Illumicrate, and I'm pretty sure her book was never published, which is insane, all because she was worried about her ratings and whatnot. So you want to know what also really sparked this video idea? I was pulling up Robin Hobb the other day because I'm about to start her Farseer trilogy, and I saw that she had a really long bio on Goodreads, and when I read it, I was quite interested with what she had to say. So I'm going to post it on the screen and I'm going to read it out loud. And she says, "I am shocked to find that some people think a 2-star rating, I liked it, rating is a bad rating." What? I liked it. I liked it. That means I read the whole thing to the last page, and in spite of my life raining comments on me. It's a good book that survives the reading process with me. If a book is so-so, it ends up under the bed somewhere, or maybe under a stinky judo bag in the back of the van. So a 2-star for me means, yes, I liked the book, and I'd loan it to a friend. It went everywhere in my jacket pocket or purse until I finished it. A 3-star means I've ignored friends to finish it, and my sink is full of dirty dishes. A 4-star means I'm probably in trouble with my editor for missing a deadline because I was reading the book. But I want you to know, I don't finish books I don't like. There's too many good ones out there waiting to be found. Robin Hobb is the author of 3 well-received fantasy. It goes into who Robin Hobb is and whatever. And that's very interesting because you have a popular fantasy writer, fantasy author, and that is her viewpoint on rating systems. A 2 to her is good. A 2 to her, she's probably going to recommend it to friends. Whereas me, I rate a 2 if I truly do not like a book. A 2 to me, I'm not going to recommend it to friends. It kept me captivated enough to want to finish it, but I didn't really recommend it. And a 1 for me is like, I almost DNF'd it. Please never give me a book like this again. I understand the sentiment that rating systems are off for everybody. Again, take Robin Hobb. Then you have people online who refuse to give a book a 5 stars. Like, no matter what, they feel like in their brain, and I saw a creator talk about it because of like ADHD and autism, that to her a 5 star is the best it's ever going to get.
I don't rate books 5 stars. I never have, and I probably never will. And this has caused some people to be quite mad at me. They'll say, "You stuck up, you think you're too good." I do understand why you would think that. However, I have been wanting to talk about this for a while because my inability to rate things 5 stars directly links to my autism.
It's got to be perfect, exactly 100% perfect. And obviously in her mind, like, it's never going to be 100% perfect, which I understand that sentiment as well too. And then you have some people who all they do is give books 5 stars.
One of my New Year's resolutions I really need to take seriously this year, like it's not a joke, is I cannot keep rating books 4 or 5 stars. Like, let's face it, I'm easy to please. You know what I mean? If it was an activity I partook in that day and it kept me occupied, 5 stars, period.
You have some people that would never ever want to rate a book below a 2 stars, think it's rude to the author and whatever to rate a book below 2 stars, because obviously it had to be good enough to be published and get out there and get into the world and get into the market. So I think it's a very interesting system we do have. This brings me into my next topic, the psychology versus rating systems. Okay, I read a book that I was not wanting to finish. I did not care for it. I thought I was going to DNF it, and I did not like the world building that was going on. I didn't know where the book was going, and I was like, what are we doing here? I went to Goodreads to pull it up, and when I went to Goodreads, I noticed that one of my friends who shares a really similar book taste to me had rated it a 5 stars. And so I texted her, and I was like, girl, what are you doing? Why did you rate this book a 5 stars? To me, she was like, no, just keep reading, like, it's a really good book. And after I finished it, I rated it a 4 stars, but I was sitting there thinking, like, would I have finished this book if I hadn't texted her, if I hadn't seen her 5-star rating? Did her 5-star rating skew my mind into giving it a higher score? And here is where psychology comes into play. So a long time ago, not really, psychology of the Asch conformity experiments. And if you don't know what those experiments were, they took a bunch of people in a room and they wanted to see how people conform their thoughts and their opinions, how people conform into thinking like other people. So essentially, there's a lot that went into this, but I'm going to give a very, very Spark Note version of this study. Okay, they took a group of people, and there was one person within their group who didn't know that everybody was a part of this experiment. They were the one person that was not, okay? And in the room, they ask a question, a very simple question with a very simple answer. And when they find out that everybody else answered the question a different way, they changed their answer to go along with the group. And I think because of this, we see it a lot with Booktok as well. We see a lot of people post on Booktok of the same books on Booktok that are rated very high. And I won't lie, some of these books I've read and I'm like, why are these rated so high? And creators come out and say that they lied about book ratings.
Let's talk about the books that I lied about liking.
Let's talk about 5 books that I lied about liking.
Here are 4 books that I lied about liking.
These are some books I lied about liking.
Because everybody else was rating it higher, they decided, oh, maybe I should rate it higher. Like, your opinion's your opinion. Don't let every other person skew your opinion. There are several books on Booktok that I read that I was like, no, actually, I don't really think I enjoyed this book that much. And then you see creators come out and they're like, hey, why is everybody rating this book so high? Sometimes they give very good reasons as to why they not care for a book. And then their comments are full of people attacking them for not liking their book. Again, it's an opinion. So the premise of this video is I think we should all, I think everybody on Booktoks should take a test on facts versus opinions and really truly use their brain in that sense, because if you didn't like a book, that's okay. But if somebody else likes that book, that's also okay. They're allowed to do that. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I do think it's very interesting, Robin Hobb's viewpoint on it. The Too Lazy Didn't Read, but Too Lazy Didn't Watch version of this video, okay? Number one, yes, I do believe that the rating system is flawed. Number two, however, I do agree that it's based off of opinion. So it's always going to be a flawed. It's a flawed system. It's based off of opinion. And number three, I don't know if there is a better system that we could implement into the BookTok community, because number one, Goodreads is already so big. It's such a huge thing. We buy books based off of the ratings within like certain authors' blurbs and whatnot. Whenever a book is like introduced, oh, it has this many ratings, this many 5-star ratings on Goodreads. It has this rating on Goodreads. Anyways, hopefully I had some concise thoughts in this video. I kind of just rambled, but that's what I love doing. I hope to see you in the next video. Let me know your thoughts below, and yeah, rate this video 5 stars. Okay, bye.